Welcome back to CBS Beyond the Gates recap. Today is a beautiful day to unpack the absolute madness going down in Fairmont Estates. Grab your coffee and settle in, because we have some massive developments to discuss from Tuesday's episode, and the psychological warfare on this show has officially reached an all-time high. Let's get right into it. If you watched Tuesday's episode, you know that the chemistry in Fairmont Estates was practically leaping off the screen. Let's start with the most refreshing dynamic we've seen in weeks. Deanna McBride and newcomer Noah Rollins. CBS Beyond the Gates. Spoilers. We've been tracking this for weeks, and we finally got to see these two unexpectedly get another shot at flirting. Their initial meet-cute at Orphe Jean's was straight out of a classic romance novel. Deanna McBride actually came to Noah Rollins' rescue when his credit card was maxed out and he had absolutely no cash to pay for his pie. She bailed him out with a $20 bill, relying entirely on the kindness of her own heart. They parted ways without even knowing who the other really was. Noah gave her his number so she could text her Venmo information, but his phone was completely dead at the time. On Tuesday they reconnected, and let me tell you, the vibes between Deanna McBride and Noah Rollins were incredibly flirty and fun. Amazing. But let's be real for a second and dive deep into the psychology of Deanna McBride. Seeing her smile and flirt showed Deanna in a completely different light. For months, Deanna McBride has been operating on pure, unadulterated vengeance. She has been so hyper-focused on breaking up her sister Vanessa McBride and the ruthless Joey Armstrong. Deanna knows that Joey Armstrong built his empire on shady foundations and is heavily implicated in a murder that her father, Doug McBride, helped cover up. Deanna has been carrying the weight of Doug's scorched earth letter, plotting to nail Joey Armstrong to the wall. That kind of dark obsession rots you from the inside out. Noah Rollins is the perfect psychological escape hatch for Deanna. He represents a life outside of the toxic Armstrong web. But I think this budding romance is incredibly dangerous. Joey Armstrong is already paranoid and has asked Randy Parker to keep an eye on Deanna McBride. If Joey realizes Deanna has a soft spot for this struggling musician, you better believe Joey Armstrong will use Noah Rollins as collateral damage. And speaking of Noah Rollins, we learned a massive piece of lore on Tuesday. After leaving Orphe Jean's, Noah went straight to Garland Memorial, where he ran into his father. Can you believe it? Noah Rollins is the son of Dr. Kyle Rollins. Father and son had a couple of incredibly tense moments right there in the hospital. The dynamic between them is fascinating. You have Kyle Rollins, the established, strict, and highly respected doctor, clashing with Noah Rollins, the broke, free-spirited, struggling musician. It is a classic soap opera trope, echoing legacy storylines from decades past, where the wealthy patriarch tries to control the artistic heir. They managed to figure out their immediate drama, and it was revealed that Noah will be staying at Kyle Rollins' place. But here's the kicker. Per his dad's strict orders, Noah is going to try to get a legit job as the free clinic's new general manager. This means Noah Rollins is sticking around for the foreseeable future. He needs to fund his music career, and more importantly, he needs to pay Deanna McBride back. I am fully invested in this dynamic, but I fear Kyle Rollins is going to suffocate Noah's creative spirit. Now, let's pivot to a storyline that absolutely made my blood boil on Tuesday. We need to talk about Eva and her mother, Leslie. Eva recently did a deeply emotional live stream where she bravely told her transplant survival story. She put her vulnerability on the internet, hoping it would help someone in a similar position, and it did exactly that. The live stream garnered so much positive attention that Eva landed a press in. But of course, the moment the cameras started rolling, Leslie entered the picture. Leslie completely hijacked the press opportunity. That's crazy. Everything in Leslie's world has to be about Leslie. I have to explicitly state my personal opinion here. I despise Leslie's behavior. She is the ultimate narcissistic soap opera mother. A lot of fans think Leslie is just overprotective or misguided, but I actually think she is deeply jealous of her own daughter. Eva went through a traumatic, life-altering medical crisis, and instead of letting Eva have her moment of triumph, Leslie stole the spotlight to feed her own insatiable ego. This reminds me of classic daytime villains who slowly alienate their entire families because they cannot stand not being the center of attention. Eva was visibly frustrated, and honestly, this toxic bond is going to shatter Eva's mental health if she doesn't draw a hard boundary. Meanwhile, the psychological thriller aspect of the show kicked into high gear on Tuesday with Andre Richardson. Consider Tuesday as day 4 of Andre being completely rattled because of that mystery gift that landed at Dani Dupree's door. As we know, an anonymous bottle of champagne arrived for Dani, and Andre's paranoia has been spiraling out of control ever since. Andre Richardson turned to his uncle, Ted Richardson, who is his absolute go-to source of support. Andre attempted to confide the massive secret he harbors. There is that word again. Attempted. Andre couldn't bring himself to fully expose his fears. Let's do a deep psychological dive into why Andre Richardson is paralyzing himself. The audience knows the explosive truth. Dani Dupree had a torrid night with the wealthy, arrogant patriarch Bill Hamilton in an elevator during a tornado. Bill Hamilton is a master manipulator with a massive god complex. I firmly believe Bill is the one sending these anonymous gifts to Dani. Bill is waging psychological warfare on Andre Richardson without ever showing his face. Andre feels emasculated. He senses the shift in his marriage, he sees the red flags, but he doesn't have the hard evidence to confront Dani Dupree yet. Andre's inability to confide in Ted Richardson on Tuesday shows just how isolated. He is a man drowning in his own living room, and Dani Dupree is just watching it happen while she hides her dirty little secret. But honestly, Ted Richardson is the absolute worst person for Andre to ask for relationship advice right now. Ted's own love life is a spectacular mess. On Tuesday, we saw Shanice Johnson make an incredibly bold move. Shanice shared her deepest feelings with Ted, who had recently confessed that he was falling in love with her. The feelings were entirely mutual, and Shanice finally said as much out loud. Now, all of a sudden, Shanice Johnson is planning for her future. She is mapping out a life with Garland's best doctor. But is this a case of too much too soon for Garland's best nurse? Absolutely. I am passionately defending Shanice Johnson here, and I am ruthlessly criticizing Ted Richardson. Shanice is pure, hopeful, and ready for a stable commitment. But we all know the explosive secret Ted is hiding. Ted Richardson recently crossed a massive line with his ex-wife, Nicole Dupree. Ted and Nicole still have lingering feelings, and they shared an intense, boundary-crossing moment. Ted is playing a dangerous game. He is letting Shanice Johnson plan a future with him while he still has one foot firmly planted in the past with Nicole Dupree. When Shanice finds out that Ted has been entertaining his ex-wife behind her back, it is going to destroy her. Ted Richardson needs to make a choice before he breaks a good woman's heart. The web of secrets in Fairmont Estates is tightening. From Deanna McBride playing with fire by dating Noah Rollins under Joey Armstrong's nose, to Bill Hamilton slowly driving Andre Richardson insane, the drama is peaking. So, I have to ask you guys, do you think Ted Richardson will come clean to Shanice Johnson about crossing the line with Nicole Dupree? Or will Shanice have to find out the hard way? Drop your theories and predictions in the comments below. I want to read every single one of your thoughts. And if you love deep dives into the psychology of Fairmont Estates, make sure you hit that subscribe button to CBS Beyond the Gates Spoilers. We post daily updates, rumors, and explosive lore breakdowns. Until next time, stay safe and keep watching the gates.